Shout out to Jamie Jenkins, man. Just launched his new journal line and website, helloblackman.com. Hello, black man. Hey, I myself am a black man. Are you a black man as well? Even if you're not. Are you a black woman? Are you a white woman, a white man, an Asian woman, a Latino man, a Latino woman, an Indian man, an Indian woman, a Native American man, a Native American woman? So many different men and women, but we talking about that black man right now. Helloblackman.com, man. Make sure y'all pull up to the website and check it out, man. Congrats, Jamie Jenkins, on the launch of your journal line, man. Helloblackman.com. It's like I ain't got a tie, but makes you feel like you got a tie. Because when you got a tie on, that's when you're a journalist. All right, man.
Hello.
What's up? Hello, black man.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you guys this evening? How are you today?
I'm good. It was busy. Wednesday.
It's so busy. We don't even get a chance to really talk to each other.
On Wednesdays, it's work, wake up early, work all day. Rest of the week is normally downhill for me. Mm-hmm. Wednesday is my Monday.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. It is your Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because you are off on Mondays and Tuesdays.
You off on Mondays and Tuesdays.
I'm not off on Mondays and Tuesdays. I work on Mondays and Tuesdays. Please, we are in public. I work Mondays and Tuesdays.
Mondays and Tuesdays.
Every month, baby. Don't do that. Okay, so anyways, guys, thank y'all for joining us for another episode of Hello Black Man.
You're not off on Mondays and Tuesdays?
I work from home on Mondays and Tuesdays. So tonight, you guys, we have a super special guest. We are so excited. It is a world-renowned actor, rapper, phenom. Is phenom a woman?
No,
phenom is just like a phenomenal person.
Yeah,
okay. I just want to make sure. He's been on tour with Beyonce. I'm just playing. But he is our dear friend. We met him through social media. We absolutely love him and everything he has going on.
He definitely kin to us.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay.
Like some people you just know kin to you.
Yeah. He's
like yeah.
We're all related in some form or fashion.
Right.
You know, we all. I don't know about you.
You don't know. What you
know
don't know
that you are actually of African American descent, but we'll figure that out. We're gonna do an ancestry DNA on you.
What are you talking about? It's Black History Month.
It is Black History Month,
and so
but I am very skeptical about your nationality.
You're skeptical that I'm African American.
I am. You think you're African American?
What else am I?
Maybe Indian or something. You got a like real narrow Indian nose. Like you look just like those Indian people. You're just taller. So, but anyways, we're gonna do ancestry DNA and we'll come back to you guys and we'll let y'all know like where we are both from. Because I know I am a Nigerian princess without doubt. I am straight from the motherland. When I hit them drums, I'll be ready to go. It be in my soul. It does. So I know where I'm from. Anyways, so tonight we have Tony Watts. I'm not going to read this elaborate bio that he gave us, but just know that he is a father of 4 outstanding human beings. He is an actor. He has done so much. He has, touched the world, and he continues to touch us in all ways. Make sure that you go and follow him on all his social media outlets. Please. We will definitely be posting those in the comments. But without further ado, let's let him come on and tell you all about him.
I am Tony Watts.
Meow.
we
Tony A. Watts. And you're on mute. I'm gonna unmute you. Don't worry about it. I got you, bro.
Nope, you ain't unmute.
I didn't. Can't unmute your guests because they chose to mute themselves. Okay.
I got it. I know how to use that button. First of all, let's say I greatly appreciate you guys having me. You are, as I've told you 1,000 times, one of my favorite couples. You guys are awesome. If no one is following, everybody that's listening to this podcast tonight, make sure you follow them. They are awesome. And once you understand their story and learn their story, you'll understand where I'm coming from. I love them. And me and Sis talk tonight. We gotta get a little closer. We're gonna work that out. Because I am kinfolk. I'm skinfolk. That's kinfolk. You know what I mean? I'm absolutely about the discussion we're about to have. I believe in the unity of the village, and there's some components that we need to put in place to make sure this thing works. And I'm hoping we'll talk about that tonight. And like I said, guys, I love you, and I greatly appreciate being here.
We love you too. And definitely, something that we have to discuss, we have to bring to the forefront is just how we support each other. Because as we were talking, Tony Baker was our opening commercial. We always, try to emulate the relationship that Tony Baker has with Kev on Stage and Tahir, and how they plug one another. Like if they're in a room and they know that their brother can benefit from it, they're bringing their brother's names up. And I'm that type of person. Like if I know that somebody can benefit from something and I know what they do, I'm calling their names in every room that I'm in. But everybody does not have that mindset. That's that crabs in the barrel that we talked about. So we just got to figure out how to be more supportive of each other and how to love on each other. Like I think that the whole scheme of things is just loving one another. If I love you as my brother and I know that I can help you to move forward, I'm going to make sure that I do everything in my power to get you there. But
right, because just before let's just stay there just for 2 seconds. You're not worried about me being in a space crippling your progress. You trust me to push your brand forward, and that's how it has to be. Like there's no part of me that says if Hello Black Man tomorrow had 1.2 billion followers that I should get a part of that. That is my job to push you forward, and we have to have that mindset. That's the mindset we have to have. We can't worry about they blew up bigger than me. They need to help me out. No, that's not it.
But it's okay to have that mindset too, because like as brothers, we should pull each other up. Like
but I think my pushback is that sometimes people don't go above and beyond the push forward because they think they're going to get left behind.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Upstairs is not for everybody.
That's true. That's true.
Upstairs is not for everybody.
That's
true. You know what I mean?
That's
sometimes we gotta. And I think that's another reason. I'm sorry for taking over. I think that's another reason why we don't have more wealthy Black people, because we're too busy trying to be rich now. We don't want to sacrifice 2 generations of going, I'm going to leave my kids 50,000. I'm going to train them to leave their kids 100,000. Their kids will train their kids to live 200,000. That's how we get to wealth. But we want it now. We got to have the big car now. We live in a small apartment. We got to. It's the flash we need now. If we can understand the future, man, we'll go a lot further in this game.
Yeah, we're not very far removed also from the ancestry, the debt ratio. We're not far removed from when our families or when our great grandparents had nothing, when they were coming from nothing. So and not knowing anything. And I think that's something that I forgive my parents for all the time, because I realized they didn't know. It's a lot that they just did not have access to. Whereas we got the internet at our fingertips. We can access anything at any point in time.
Now, no hesitation.
Whereas
let's look it up.
They were just trying to make ends meet. Like they did not know like what it was to build and acquire wealth the way that they should have. So I try not to hold that against them, but I do hold it against them. They didn't do more to make sure that they were safe in the building.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, and we have to give them grace, because as we have predatory lenders now, they had it worse, right? They had no one to back them up. When Master came around and said, give us your life savings, I'm going to flip it for you, and they didn't have any way out. They just had that person's that idea, and it's unfortunate. But now we have all of the resources we need. We just have to understand that it's time to go get it.
Yeah. Gotta go get it. That's it. We gotta go get it, and we gotta be consistent and adamant about it. I'm sorry. What you got?
No. Do you think? I don't think we lack the drive. I just think we lack the consistency to really catapult. Like we know what it takes. Like in my mind, I know if I come in and work 5 to 6 hours a day on nothing but my brain, like I know it has that potential, but I would come in one day and work 2 hours, one day work 2 minutes, one day work 2 seconds, one day work 20 minutes, and I'm still expecting growth, right? In my mind, I'm still expecting growth. But when I look back at what I've done for my employer for the week, that work has been consistent. I have put that 40 hours in early, out late, like no hesitation. But when it comes to, hey, and I truly believe that my brand and my lifestyle can be supported by transparency and communication. But it's harder to do when it's for you for some reason. When you're doing it for yourself, for me, it's been harder to do.
What was your question? Because you started out with the question.
Just saying that.
Do we lack the drive or the?
We don't lack the drive. We just lack the consistency.
I think they go hand in hand. Me personally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you hate
me personally. Yeah, don't say
me myself.
Yeah, don't say
me. It's a lot of redundancy.
Me and
I
it's just you.
Definitely think that consistency and drive go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you have the drive, you're going to be consistent.
What is the thing? I know that I have a drive. I know that I have a drive that is capable of that consistency, and that's what bothers you. You see what I'm saying?
Why don't you think that you work on this? Ain't about us. This is about Tony. We're Tony.
He brought it up.
This is about you. Stop trying to make this about us.
He got us in the counseling session.
You're trying to figure out this ain't even what this is about tonight.
But to piggyback off that, right? And I believe in total transparency about my life. Like in late October, I secretly put out a GoFundMe because I was in a very terrible situation, and one of the let me say he's not a deacon, but he's a really prominent member of my church. Smart guy, architect guy. He came to me and said these words, and this is for you, Johnny. You keep waiting for somebody else to give it to you. Mm-hmm. You want to go work for somebody. When you realize that work you do for yourself is more important, you'll never be in this situation again. Mm. And what you just said is when we go to work, we know there's a consistent check coming if we put in the work. Yeah, we that's a guaranteed thing. We don't believe in ourselves enough to create that guaranteed thing for our brand. So once we believe in ourselves enough, we'll come home and say, hey, I'm about to knock out these 6 hours because I'm trying to knock down the hours I work for the man. So if I keep working for myself consistently, my brand grows to a point where I can say, I no longer have to punch that clock anymore because now I'm making the same amount of money here or more and put in the time for myself. So once he told me that, and he's a real quiet dude too. Brother Lucky is a real quiet. He's from Nigeria, a real quiet guy. No, he's from Namibia. And he's a real quiet guy, doesn't talk that much. But when he pulled me to the side, he looked me right in my eyes, and he's like, brother, blah, 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 blah. I was like, whoa. And I got it. Like I got it. Like it resonated with me strongly. Like all my life I've been trying to stay on that hamster wheel of let me get this job that makes X amount of money, get this job that makes X amount of money. When I have a plethora of ideas, if I just spent, let's say 3 hours a day consistently on the brand, out of here.
Yeah, and passion drives success. And I'm going to put a pin in that, and I'm going to start with your trivia questions. I'm going to ask you your first trivia question.
Trivia question.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Which country gifted the Statue of Liberty to the United States?
Well, that's a great question. I think it was France.
Look at you. I know you are a trivia geek. You strike me as somebody who
He got
knows
glasses on.
everything.
He got glasses on. Anytime you got glasses on, you know you good at trivia. That's all you gotta have. Like, put my glasses. I'm gonna get my glasses. Then I can be
Glasses
good.
on me.
I gotta put some glasses on.
Glasses.
Glasses are a
Did you know
plus.
that?
No, I did. Glasses are always a plus. 90% in trivia questions.
Good job. You have 2 points for your fan base.
Yeah. So when I miss the next 18 questions, don't be mad.
Okay. So I'm gonna just throw this one out there. This is a bonus question. You probably know it because I feel like you're very political as well. The next question is: who is the mayor of New York City? You get
the mayor. Okay, I always get them confused. Mayor and governor. The governor is a woman. The mayor is a black man. I don't know his name off the top of my head. I see him all the time. He just went to overseas to deal with the immigration problem.
Time up.
I don't know his name. I don't know his name. I'm not a fan of his. I don't know his name.
Name is Eric Adams, and he is a black
Right,
man.
Eric
You guys kind of favor each other, just black and bald headed. That's all.
Yeah. But if you look at what I just told you, what his agenda was for the last month, I'm with you. I know his movements, but Eric
You did good. You did good. You did good. You did really good. I'm not mad at you for that. Okay. All right. So we're going to jump right into Hello Black Man questions. First and foremost, I want to ask you, what is your theme song? If you walk into a room, what song do you want to play?
There's two genres that I am, music and movies. So asking me a question like that, it could go all over the place. It just depends on the moment. It depends on the moment. It could be Prince, There's Joy in Repetition. It could be Stevie Wonder, As, there's
As. I ain't never heard that one.
Oh, you never heard As before? It's gonna be when you guys listen to it, it's gonna be a marriage song.
It's gonna be a marriage song because we're gonna have a wedding one day.
Big wedding.
Yeah.
Tony gotta come.
Yeah, absolutely. Tony's gonna be there.
Absolutely.
So tell us, give us a number between 1 and 52. We're gonna ask you your first question from the journal.
Well, we'll go with my first number. That would be 7.
That's because 7. Why do you like 7?
Okay. God's Perfect Number. One of my top 5 psychological thrillers is the movie 7. Yeah.
You know why he likes psychological thrillers? Because he got glasses on. If you wear glasses, you gotta like psychological thrillers. Come on now. Oh, ask it now? Okay. All right, I asked the question now. Okay. Hello, black man. How do you think others describe you? How do you describe yourself?
That is a great question. And I appreciate that because it kind of resonates with a conversation I had earlier with somebody very special to me. How do I think other people think of me? Mysterious, aloof, capable, like an enigma. Like they don't really like, who is that dude? Like the glasses off, hoodie on, then you can see the glasses on, the suit on, standing in front of people talking like, who is he? Like what is he? What does he do? Like, that's what I think. I think I throw people off a lot. What do I think of myself? I can't say that on here because my friend John will drive up from DC and punch me in my face, and I don't want that to happen. I don't have right now, because of a lot of things that's going on, I don't have a high view of myself, right? I'm working on that, and I have people in my corner that make sure to say, "Hey, no, you're dope." Like you're
very
dope.
transparent.
So, yeah, I gotta be like my whole thought process from here on out is the transparency and training or helping Black men understand the importance of transparency and self-love. If you can't be transparent, you can't love yourself. Because if you continue to lie to yourself, it's a problem. Because that's again, that comes back to saying what I said before about people having different views of me, because I haven't been 100% transparent across the board. So I'll show up for this group this way. I'll show up for that group that way. I'll show up for the people who love me, transparently. But other people like, oh, I didn't know he did that. Oh, I didn't know he knew that. Like, stuff like that, because I don't put it out there that way. And I think it's time for us to start allowing Black men to be themselves, their full human capacity.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, I agree, and allowing them to express it, because like my son played in the state championship this past year, football.
Nice.
And he, before we ever got to the state championship, must have been like the first playoff game. Like his team was like down, and he ended up making a big play, and they ended up getting to the next round. And like as he was walking off the field, when he got to me, he like collapsed in my arms, just crying, just boohoo crying.
Mm-hmm.
And as a mother, as a Black mother, let me be clear, tears are a sign of weakness for us most of the time.
Right.
But I had to really, reach down in myself and realize, how passionate he really was about this, and how, he had worked so hard, and he was fighting through pain. He was limping, so I had to really embrace him and understand, like, we have got to allow our Black men to be able to be emotional, to be able to break down and give them a place of safety. Mm-hmm. And I feel Absolutely. Like in that moment, he was able to feel that, and I embraced him and I held him, and, we talked, and at the championship, they lost the championship in front of millions of people. He cried again. So, I realized and understood at that point, he has to have that space. And I feel like long we fought against our Black men having emotions, and that's something that we have to break. That's a barrier we have to break.
You cry.
Yeah, but women the same way. When I cry, you make me feel weak. What you crying for?
I just want to know.
Yeah, sure.
I say it real soft, don't
Nope.
Jeremy, you might say it soft, but it's not gonna sound soft. Just the fact that you're actually
she's hearing. She may be hearing it differently than I'm actually saying.
Right, exactly.
He's not a soft person. He got the world.
But what I appreciate is that I believe that your Hello Black Man Gerald series and child series and teenage series helped him get to the point where he could express himself. Mm-hmm. That he felt free to come and do that. Like you guys created this space for him. You guys are making one of the Black Supermen of the future.
Yeah.
Like I tell the kids that I mentor and talk to all the time, is like, it is so refreshing to cry. It's like again, somebody special to me was having a conversation today, and I said to her, I was like, when's the last time you had a good cry? I think I need one of those. I think I need a purifier. You know what I mean? And I just want to say that, like, it's important that when you feel it, happy, sad, overwhelmed, stop and take a minute, and if tears are the way, go ahead and release that. It's a release. God gave us crying for a reason, and it wasn't just for spankings.
Right. I cry all the time.
You know what I'm saying?
I cry 3 or 4 times a day sometimes, but it's not like because I'm sad. I just be crying because like birds are chirping outside. And that's like you be hollering at me. You're like, what are you crying for?
I don't know. Like, do I need to go knock the birds out of the tree? Like,
I'm just a very emotional person.
He just trying to figure out how to save you.
Yeah, like, what's next? Do I cut the tree down? Like, what needs to happen?
You're definitely an amazing human being, and I know you would do all those things for me. It's refreshing. So, anyways, your next trivia question, because we're gonna get you out of here no later than 8:15. We're not gonna hold you because we were late.
That's cool.
Your next question is: what river runs under the Brooklyn Bridge?
What river runs under the Brooklyn Bridge? Wow, that's on the east side of it. I want to say the Hudson, but I'm not sure. I think the Hudson runs on the west side, but I'm going to say the Hudson.
That would be incorrect. It is the East River.
Yeah, it popped in my head, but I thought I said that. All right, no problem.
I don't know anything about it, so. All right, I want you to tell the people about this.
This right here,
Yes, about that.
You have a copy?
Yes, this is my baby. This is me showing the world who I am from a vulnerable space. Confessions of an Infringed Heart title came about because I kind of looked over my life and was like, there's a lot of things not connecting, missing. So I have hundreds of poems, and I've been thinking about writing a book for a while. So what I did was I chose 4 people that I really respect, and I gave them I gave them, I think, a bunch of pieces, 60 or so pieces, and I was like, just pick out the ones you love the most. And as each person came in, if they voted once for it, put that into 1 column, 2 column, 3 column, and 4 column. The one with the most likes, the poems with the most likes, that made it into the book. Outside of the poems that I like, I think it's a way to get to know me, to get to see who I am and what I've kind of gone through over the last. I would say today's 2020. I started writing in 2020, somewhere back then. So over the last 23 years, it just, because some poems were written last year, that's in the book, and some poems were written back in 2000. So, it's just a compilation of my heart. It's a compilation of my heart, actually.
Of your infringed heart.
Yeah, from my infringed heart, absolutely.
Amazing. You got anything?
No, I mean, I think it's absolutely amazing. And poetry is one of those things that we all set down at some point, right? Because everybody was able to express themselves in poetry, especially like 7th, 8th grade poetry contests and stuff like that. And then you just got to a place where you were too big for it. You know what I'm saying? You too cool.
Yeah, no, that wasn't my journey at all. I didn't. If you ask my English teacher, would I ever put a book out? She'd have bet her entire life, the entire lives of every generation to come after her, that I would never write a book. I would never pick poetry as my thing. She'd have said, I would bet all of this that this man right here would never pick up a poetry book.
Wow.
You're the one that has changed the most since high school?
I don't know if I've changed the most. I think I've grown. I don't think I've changed the most. I think I still have a lot of that silliness, a lot of that cockiness. But the reason why I started writing poetry is because, to be 100% transparent, because my wife cheated on me, and I was in a space where I couldn't go do anything. And my first thing was to do violence. My first thing was to do violence. And there's no way I could do that in the situation I was in. I had my son was home, my daughter was home, and I couldn't leave them alone. I couldn't call anybody to say, hey, I'm about to go do something, come watch my kids. You know what I mean? So as I was sitting there steaming, at one point I just heard a voice say, right. I was like, right. So I grabbed some note papers and I just started writing. And 6 o'clock in the morning, I had 10 to 12 different poems, different expressions. And I wouldn't call it poems at first. I was just when I started going to poem recitals and poetry events, I would call it my emotional outburst. Because poets do a certain thing. Poets study poetry. They know the ebbs and flows. They know I didn't study. I just wrote from my feelings, right? So I would call it my emotional outburst. Poet. This thing would have never happened if I never got my heart broken. But there's a line that I it's not in this book, but it's a line that I say. Because I played with the hearts of many, God gave me poetry.
And you said that you cocky? Can't believe that.
Yeah, it seeps through every once in a while. I need to get him back.
So listen, our brother Jody Skywalker, also somebody, like you guys that we've never met, but he supports and he is here all the time. There's a poem in here that I want to read just for him. Okay.
Okay.
Are you okay with me sharing a piece?
Absolutely.
Karma is the name of this poem.
Woo! Woo!
And it says, to all the girls I pretended to love before, to all the boyfriends and husbands I stole your trust. I know the discomfort of your footwear. I've uncomfortably walked in them for years. That's for you, Jody. I'm ready for the smoke because he's coming with the smoke. What is your favorite piece? Would you like to share your favorite piece from the book?
Yeah, but I want you to read it though.
Okay, fair. What you got?
Insomnia.
I just saw it. I
Mhm.
just
Page
literally
53.
saw it.
It's
Which
on
page is it?
53.
I got
53.
it.
Get
Get
right
right
to
to
it.
it.
Gene
All
Tonic
right.
Coke.
Insomnia. I found myself sipping silence, gazing at the shadows in corners, replaying time wasted on lessons never learned. I wonder, have kisses been completely forgotten, like sandcastle erased by high tide? I wonder what replacement feels like. Is there a rush of joy, like the sound of wind chimes clattering outside a window? Do you bask in it like the warmth of island sun? I wonder, does his name taste as sweet as? Never mind, the answer is in your absence. I whisper, I miss you, into shadowy corners that will never answer. So I ride the night, wasting time, sipping silence. Wow. I like that. I
Right.
tapped into my Maya Angelou. Did y'all hear it?
Mm-hmm. Raspy voice.
Absolutely.
A phenomenal woman. That's me.
Wow.
That is dope. I enjoy this so much, and
Yeah.
I hope that everybody out there
Me
go
too,
grab a
me
copy.
too. Thank you.
Tell them where they can
Huh?
get a copy from.
Oh, Amazon. Confessions of an
We'll drop
Infant's
the link.
Heart by Tony West. You can
We will
definitely
drop
get
the
it there.
link in the comments.
Absolutely.
This says, there's a comment says, growth comes in different forms. Growth happens in the most difficult situations. Sipping Silence, Lamone Robinson. You like that, don't you? Go get you a copy of this book. It is so
It is.
incredibly dope. All right, time for another trivia question.
Got to touch the glass to get some power. Yeah.
Okay. What is the capital of the state of New York?
Albany.
All right, good job. I knew you was gonna know there. You're up to 4%. Which type of cake is New York famous for?
Which type of cake? I'm going to say cheesecake, but I'm probably wrong because that's my favorite.
No, that's correct. Cheesecake is correct.
All right.
Bam,
New
bam,
York
bam.
cheesecake.
Let's
New
go.
York
Look at
cheesecake.
you. You out here
Right.
cutting up. Okay, so another number for the Hello Black Man Journal, and then we'll do our parting shots and let you go.
We'll do 53.
There's not 53 weeks in the year, so 1 through 52.
Oh, 52. Okay, we'll do 52. We'll do
All right.
52. We'll close it out.
Okay. Hello, black man. Describe in detail what happy looks and feels like to you.
That's awesome. That's an awesome heavy question. So, what's his name? Charlemagne the God. I wasn't a fan of his for obvious reasons, right? But over the last 6 years, he has truly grown, right? And he said something when he was on a podcast, and I'm sorry for promoting other podcasts while I'm on your podcast. It's called The Pivot. It's called A Pivot, and it really touches some issues for men. Really touches some issues for men. And he said that when he was out in the street doing his thing, right, his life was kind of in its shambles. But when he started doing the work on himself, and he went and he's because him and his wife stayed together for whatever infidelities he's with. So when he worked on himself and began loving his wife from that aspect, from putting all of his energy into her as well as his business, he flourished, he grew, and he found his happy spot. I believe that as I work on myself and that person, right, and I come together, I will be, oh my gosh, that's just going to be amazing. Because when you have somebody who really supports you, who knows you through your ups and downs and your hard times, and you can be as vulnerable as you want to be with them, and then go fight the world, you will find, because happiness is our job. Happiness is my job. No one can bring me happiness. Anybody that comes into my life, that's happiness on that's the sprinkles on top of the sundae, right? The cherry on top. That's what that is. But the happiness is my job. So if I'm doing the real work on me, right, and I can also look at somebody who respects me for doing that work, who supports me for doing that work, I think I'll find a real happy medium. One of my favorite words is melancholy, and I know it sounds kind of different, like, right? But melancholy to me is that space where everything is calm. It's like you're sitting on a beach, the waves are going, the horizon is beautiful, and you're just at peace. And I think that's a happy spot I'm working for.
Awesome.
Huge.
Amazing. That is phenomenal. So like I said, we're not going to hold you on here long. We always give our guests an opportunity to ask us one question. You get one question that you can ask us, free range. We will happily answer. Maybe there's no guarantee.
You're only giving me one?
You only get one.
He had reiterated. So you only give me one?
I mean, if push comes shove.
No, I got the one because I wanted to ask the question before.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Why you got oh Lord?
Go for it, Tony, because Tony scares me.
No, it's so Jeremy, when did you figure it out? It was okay to say let's go ahead and do this.
Good question. Like it.
I've known honestly, I've known for a while, right?
Okay.
And it wasn't what I was looking from her.
Right.
It was to ensure I knew what I could bring to the table.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
It wasn't that I was
and blush, sis, and blush.
Yeah, it was to make sure that I could meet certain expectations. Make sure I had my head in the right headspace. So I wasn't waiting for her. I was waiting for me.
Nice.
Did you have a question for me as well, or is that your one question for the evening?
Well, you said I had one question, so
well, I mean, I guess
I'll take another one.
Well, since you directed it toward him, I don't want him to feel, targeted, or So
no, he wouldn't feel that way. I think we're close enough that he know I wouldn't. That wasn't out of
yeah, I know, but I have to protect his ego either way.
Okay, all right.
So if you have a question for me, I'm happy to answer it. If you don't,
yeah. So the question I have for you is, and I'm sorry to ask this on your platform like this. When is the foundation of raising women being made?
When is the foundation of raising women being made?
Right.
I don't even
because
question.
I personally think one of your callings is to be a head mentor over thousands of women. I think that your story.
Wow, hold on. Let me tell you something. I promise you, and I hope Ashantis is watching this. There's a young lady at work today. She was just having a bad day. I swear, Tony, this is crazy. I hadn't even told her. There's a lady at work today was having a bad day. I don't want to go into details. And she was like, "Well, I'm finna go." I said, "Hey, listen." I said, "I know I joke around a lot, have fun at work." I say, "But my fiance will be a great mentor for you." I said, "You can inbox the page and she'll get back with you. I promise you, today." I had never done that before. And this is just doubling down on what you're saying right now.
No, it's called confirmation.
That is crazy.
Confirmation.
That is absolutely crazy.
So, anyways, yeah, whatever. So yeah, let's see here.
Did you have a date? Did you have a time? Did you?
I
I don't know if you answered the question.
I'm a giver, right? I am definitely one who does not hesitate to jump into whatever my calling is, right? So like if there is something that needs to happen, you know, I got my LLC last year. So Kalisha Patrice is now an LLC. So I definitely will be working toward trying to do more because it's so necessary, you know, it's so, you know, needed in our community and our environment. So let's just say in the next few months or so, maybe on your birthday next Saturday.
Nice.
What's crazy? Okay, so anyways, do you know who Carl Thomas is?
Of course.
All right, bet. This is one of your bonus questions. Yes, this is one of your bonus questions.
Don't ask me his catalog because I only know a couple of songs.
Okay, he ain't got but a couple songs, so don't worry.
I hope Carl Thomas is watching this.
So it says, how did Carl Thomas know it was love at first sight?
Oh, that's a great question. Like, I don't remember that song.
At first sight. I'm tone deaf, so I wasn't gonna help you out at all.
Listen, the song goes. This is how the song goes.
It was
love at first sight.
You tone deaf too.
I know from the way she
looked at
me. We have no idea. We have no idea.
Okay, last bonus question, and you're probably not gonna get this right either. We still gonna give your fans. We're gonna give your fans 15% out because I know
you already.
Okay, so
hold on.
Listen,
you already said he won't get it right.
You were on the show with 4 other guys, 4 phenomenal men.
Absolutely,
that, you know, we admire dearly. We'll shout them out. John, Rick, Derek. We actually met you through Derek. Tony.
Right, Tony Massey.
And Tony.
You got everybody?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, that's everybody. Okay, so during one of the shows, Tony Massey said, blank for president. Blank for president.
Blank for president.
Yeah.
It's a Southern rapper, so I'm not going to remember. It's a rapper that I don't even care about. Like, he's not East Coast. Right?
Trick Daddy.
Right, so I'm not Trick Daddy.
I thought you would remember that because it was such a classic moment.
No, that's not my wheelhouse. I remember you said it though, but that's not my wheelhouse.
We have had a phenomenal time. Go ahead and tell everybody who is watching where to reach you, how to follow you, and what you have coming up next.
Well, I'm at the sign on the my name. You can find me on all social media there, TikTok, even though I don't post there that much, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can always find me in all of those with that same I am Tony 8 Watts. What I have coming up, February 16th, if you're in New York at the Pelham Manor, please Google that because I don't have the address in my head, the Pelham Manor. I will be on a panel of a group of young men who are doing a show called Death by a Thousand Cuts, the Requiem of Black and Brown Men. The show is phenomenal. I can't wait. It explores all aspects of every character of man that we are is explored in this particular play that they're doing. And I get to be on the panel discussion for that after it's over. So that's going to be beautiful. And after that, April 1st for my church, I'm on a panel to discuss how to bring the LGBT community to Christ the correct way. And I think it's a needed panel. I think that we've demonized people for a sex act that equates to the same sin that we all already commit. So I think it's going to be a very powerful conversation, and I don't think people are ready for what I got to say.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening. You guys go grab a copy of
Yes,
Confessions
yes.
Heart. Be sure
And if
to
you
check it out.
DM me on my Instagram, I'll send you an autographed copy. No extra fee, no extra cost.
Huge.
Great. Thank you for joining us, Tony. We will definitely keep in touch. We hope that you have a wonderful night.
Love you guys.
We
Absolutely.
love you more.
So you know.
Have a good night.
You too.
All right, another phenomenal show with our brother from another mother, Mr. Tony Watts. Make sure you guys go and pick
Indeed.
up a copy of his poet book, Confessions of an Infringed Heart. Lamone Robinson out here in the comments.
Lamone
He
is
know
from
all
Hazelhurst.
of the song, but
He
you remember when he
know-
was on the show? He ain't know no
He
songs.
was trying to.
He looking it up
He
now.
was taking it easy.
No, he ain't know
Oh,
no songs.
He know all
It's
the answers
time.
tonight.
Listen, February 14th is coming up. It is time for another couples game night. You guys have got to get ready so we can do that. It's gonna be lit. We have another show coming to you tomorrow. Yes, this week has been full
That's right.
of.
We don't play.
Yeah, this week
We gotta bring some noise.
we've been cutting up this week.
I'm gonna tell you what I gotta start doing. I gotta start coming on and doing book signings,
Okay.
like live, like getting on. I don't care if nobody watching. Just get on, go through my journals every night until people, the right people, see the opportunity it has for them.
You got your beard.
I did come up here.
Look at you. I like it. It looks really good. You look really good.
People walk past me today, didn't know who I was.
I know you look like
They
a whole
literally-
different person. You
I'm
don't
talking
look
about like
the
they're like.
same. You don't look the same at all.
They didn't know who I was. Like people didn't know who I was.
But I like seeing your face.
That's my face.
I don't get to see it often.
Just my face.
Once
I
every
tell you what
2
now.
years.
I tell you what I seen. Lot of shiny hairs coming in.
What bad?
I'm telling you.
Tonight,
Alright.
I am supporting the Fox Cave Chronicles. Be sure to go and like and follow their
Cool,
page
do
as
that, do that.
well. And we're gonna get out of here. 'cause
Peace.
We got stuff to
Go
do.
for eat dinner. Man, I'm finna eat. Come on, y'all.
Man, eat now, read.
Man, okay. Hey, people. We got this thing, man. From the way she looked at me.
Yep, tone deaf.
That sounds just like it, man.